up. JC in Fort Huachi. Am I saying that? Huacha, Arizona?
No, I need to update it, I guess. I'm at JBLM now, Fort Lewis, McClure now.
Oh, okay. Great. We need to update our database. So, JC, what's up? Thanks for listening to Sirius XM.
Yeah, I love your show, man. I just wanted to say that again. But I'm an Iraqi and Afghan vet, and I just kind of find it funny, like how this kind of comes full circle. I'm still active duty now, and I can tell you, based on the conversations around the water cooler, not one soldier is really, really willing or wanting to go back to Iraq, because just thinking about that, it just kind of makes me shudder.
Yeah.
The whole time that I was there, what we basically knew is what we were doing is trying to piece together a vase that we broke in the first place with super glue, and then left that vase only to fall over again. We did the same thing in Desert Storm, and it's like our credibility with nation building is kind of sucky to kind of put it in any broad terms. What do you do? What do you get, Tom, when you go to a country, completely remove that country's infrastructure, that company's ability? That country's ability to rule itself. And I'm definitely not trying to advocate that Saddam Hussein was a great person, but the way people overlay on each other there, the sectarian violence that this right to happen, and you can't go to a country and completely remove its base of power, whatever that may be, leave it, and then think everything's going to be okay with that military that really didn't even get a chance to really be trained.
JC, you will recall early on that our Secretary of Defense was suggesting that the Libertarians, the Koch brothers, were actually right, that really the smaller the government, the better, and that I think these guys actually believe this. I think the Bush administration thought this is our opportunity to prove that the libertarian ideas, the Ron Paul ideas, the David and Charles Koch ideas, basically get government out of the way. And Paul Bremer said this. Don Rumsfeld said this. That remember Don Rumsfeld saying democracy is messy, but it'll sort itself out. The free market's going to emerge, and you're going to see people coming into the streets and setting up stalls and setting up vendors and a marketplace. It's all going to fix itself magically because we're getting rid of the government. And this was going to be their jewel. Iraq was going to be the libertarian jewel. They were going to prove that once and for all, that Ronald Reagan was right when he said government is not the solution to your problems, government is the problem. We're going to get rid of the government in the country, and a free market will emerge and demonstrate how wonderful everything is. And on top of that, we did it based on a lie, because as Cindy Sheehan pointed out when she testified before John Conyers' commission under oath before Congress, she was quoting Mickey Herskowitz, who was the guy who George Bush's dad and mom hired to write his autobiography, A Charge to Keep. The obligate, just like Hillary's got a book coming out before she runs for president. Before you run for president, you got to have a book come out, right? An autobiography. George Bush's was written by, the first draft was written by Mickey Herskowitz. And Mickey Herskowitz is on the record as saying the following. Here's Cindy Sheehan reading what he said.
As a matter of fact, in interviews in 1999 with respected journalists and longtime Bush family friend Mickey Herskowitz, then Governor George Bush stated, "One of the keys to being seen as a great leader is to be seen as commander-in-chief. My father had all this political capital built up when he drove the Iraqis out of Kuwait, and he wasted it. If I have a chance to invade, if I had that much capital, I'm not going to waste it. I'm going to get everything passed that I want to get passed, and I'm going to have a successful presidency," end quote.
There you go. See, and you recall that, in 2005, after he got reelected, the first thing George W. Bush tried to do was privatize Social Security, saying that he had political capital now to do this as a result of both the reelection and the Iraq War. That the Iraq War was done for a lie. It was done so that this guy could gain political capital and be a big shot war president, and that the libertarians within the administration saw this, and not just the libertarian. This whole PNAC crowd, the whole, and the Koch brothers and everybody, they saw this as an opportunity to demonstrate that it was possible for a country to have a vibrant, thriving economy with no government. And JC, that's got to make you guys who were over there fighting for this stuff just crazy.
It makes me sick to my stomach, Tom, and it makes me really kind of just get sad, because I lost really, really close friends because of because of us trying to push democracy on a country that didn't want democracy.
Right.
Furthermore, for us trying to,
well, it wasn't even democracy; it was libertarianism.
Like being harm's way over a lie, and every one of your soldiers, every one of your subordinates knows that you could potentially die from an IED because some senator or some politician who was on the Senate Arms Committee or some president who knew for a fact that we went over there of a single source intelligence that was not vetted, that was not confirmed. Any of those. I'm an intelligence analyst now. I used to be an infantryman. Yeah. And it is the number one rule of intelligence. You don't act on single source intelligence. Yep. And they killed 5,000 of my brothers because of it. Yeah. For nothing. And it really, really, really bothers me. And it's just like these same people are now the experts. Tony Blair is a wanker, if I could say anything more than him. I mean, he wholeheartedly, hand and foot, supported us going in. And you just made a really, really good point. He specifically exposed, put his value of having capital to do whatever he wants to do, and let President Obama try to do anything in his presidency. Even the way he's going to react to this, he's going to get some reflexive backlash, and there's nothing the guy can do. The guy wants to, the guy kills bin Laden, catches the guy who may be responsible from Benghazi, but he still won't be seen as a powerful president because those war hawk Republicans are the only people who can wage war. They really aren't really good with that. The only reason they did that is so the vice president can make millions of dollars off of KBR.
Yeah.
That pisses me off, too.
Yeah.
I literally went by this guy's mansion in Pebble Beach, knowing that his mansion was built by the skulls and bones of my brothers and sisters in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Yeah. See, JC, my generation, I grew up in the 60s and late 60s and early 70s. My generation went through this with Vietnam, where we knew that we'd been lied to, and I had friends who died in Vietnam. And I mean, thank God I didn't go over there. And I salute you for being willing to serve your country and put yourself on the line like that. I so honor that. And as I did my friends who went to Vietnam, who died, many who died, others came back broken, and some came back okay, but still, it was hell. And it was like, Lyndon Johnson lied to us, Richard Nixon lied to us, George Bush lied to us. And then the guys who clean up afterwards don't get any respect. They're called, George McGovern tried to clean this thing up. He was called, they called him all kinds of awful names. Barack Obama, nobody's cutting him any slack. JC, I'm with you. Thank you so much for the call. It's great to hear from you, sir, and thank you for your service to our country. I mean that sincerely. We'll be back.